Annyeonghaseyo, K-drama fans, and welcome back to Korean Drama Insider, your cozy corner for all things K-drama and where we help you believe in the magic of K-drama. I'm Soul Star, and today's Star Spotlight is a special one. We're talking about one of K-drama's most iconic real-life and on-screen couples, Son Ye-jin and Hyun Bin. But before we jump into today's Star Spotlight, I want to take a moment for a Korean fashion highlight featuring a Korean brand that I've genuinely fallen in love with, Veridum. In a recent article in Vogue Korea, Veridum's CEO Kim Sang-un emphasized that Veridum is a Korean lifestyle brand built on the idea of protecting what's precious and offering something of lasting value. He mentioned that the name comes from the Greek word for spear and is symbolized by their signature trident, which blends strength, softness, and individuality in a way that feels uniquely Korean. But what I love about them is their approach to headwear isn't about following trends, but rather it's about creating pieces that express identity while naturally blending into everyday life. The brand stays true to its roots by focusing on thoughtful design and materials, while their headwear is uniquely tailored to East Asian facial structure and head shapes. However, I feel like they fit my head better than any other caps I've purchased before. They have a very comfortable fit. So this is their heart logo stitch cap in denim. And one of the most favorite features of this cap that I love is the back is a real leather belt for a strap. And so it's easy to adjust. You just move it to the different notch that you need. Put it back like this, very easy, no fumbling. I love the width of the brim. This is one of their unisex hats, and I think it fits me really nicely. A lot of unisex hats that I've gotten in the past are too big for a woman's head, but this one actually fits me quite nicely. And the brim is large enough that when I go out for a walk in the sun, I don't even need sunglasses. Here's what it looks like on. You can see it's because of the strap in the back, I was able to get a really nice fit. Fits my head nicely, it's very comfortable, but not squeezed and doesn't look oversized. So I love this particular cap, and it comes in different colors as well, so you can get this on their website. You don't have to get it in denim, they have different colors and styles. So that's one of my favorites. And then one of my other ones that I have recently gotten is their Trident logo. And again, this one I did actually get the women's fit versus the unisex one. And it's a little smaller than the unisex one, but it's not as small as a women's cap that I've gotten in the past here in the States, which those tend to chop off a lot shorter. They're a lot shorter and they're thinner, and so I actually can't wear them for very long. I kind of get a headache. But this one is a really nice fit. It fits. It comes down. It's longer, and it doesn't squeeze my head. I know that sounds funny, but my baseball caps that I've worn in the past squeeze my head, and I can't wear them for very long. This is very, very comfortable, and I love the signature trident. And I love inside that they have the webbing that says Veridum on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really nice. Both of these are extremely comfortable caps, headwear, much more so than any other caps or headwear that I've had, and this is one of the reasons I love them. And one of the other reasons that I love them is actually how I found out about them. I'm a huge Ji Chun-woo fan, and Ji Chun-woo is one of the newest ambassadors for Veridum. So he's modeling their line and representing it. And if you go onto Veridum's website, Instagram account, you'll see all kinds of photos of him modeling the latest. And he's also in the latest edition of Vogue Korea. So there's a really nice spread of him modeling all of the Veridum line that's coming out, that just came out this spring. And here's the heart logo cap. This one's not in denim, but I got the denim version. So I would highly recommend that if you are a Ji Chun-woo fan or you just want some really high quality headwear for a change, check out Veridum. Loving their style. And before we go into our main segment, I just want to point out in the same edition of Vogue Korea, it's the latest June edition, there's also a really nice article of the CEO of Veridum, which explains his philosophy, which is what I talked about a lot in the beginning. And also, surprise, there is a nice spread of Son Ye-jin, which is a great segue into our main segment, where we're going to talk about the most romantic couple, both on screen and off, Son Ye-jin and Hyun Bin. What if a K-drama romance came to life off screen? Today's episode dives into a love story that started in front of the camera and kept going long after the director yelled cut. Today, we're talking about one of the most iconic couples in K-drama and in real life, Hyun Bin and Son Ye Jin. From their first meeting in The Negotiation to their unforgettable chemistry in Crash Landing on You, and now to marriage and family, their story is one for the ages. Let's take a closer look at the dramas, the milestones, and the magic of a couple who made us believe in love both on and off screen. So, who are Hyun Bin and Son Ye Jin? Well, if you already watch K-dramas, you've probably seen their faces in many of your favorites. If you haven't started watching yet, or are just testing the K-drama waters, then these two will help reel you in. First, let's talk all things Hyun Bin. While he debuted as an actor in the 2003 TV series Bodyguard, it was in 2005 when he first captured viewers' hearts in My Name is Kim Sam-soon, where he played a charming yet gruff restaurateur. His boyish charm and smoldering gaze made him a breakout star. And in 2010, it was Secret Garden that truly elevated him to iconic status. I mean, if you haven't seen that sit-up scene with Ha Ji-won, well, I'm just going to show you a clip right now. Instant K-drama legend. Hyun Bin and Ha Ji-won won Best Couple Award for Secret Garden. And over the years, Hyun Bin's projects have showcased his range, from fantasy and Memories of the Alhambra, to big screen thrillers like The Swindlers and Confidential Assignment. Hyun Bin has won at least 18 awards for his acting, including the prestigious Baeksang Awards Grand Prize in 2011 for Secret Garden, the Apan Star Award Grand Prize in 2021, and the Baeksang Awards Most Popular Male Actor in 2020. In 2018, he took on the role of hostage taker in the film The Negotiation, where he starred opposite Son Ye Jin for the first time. In one of his most recent films, Harbin, which is a historical espionage thriller, he plays a Korean independence activist during the Japanese occupation. This film's sweeping cinematography and powerful script earned it the honor of being selected as the grand prize winner at the 2025 Baeksang Arts Awards. And here's a fun fact. In The Negotiation, Hyun Bin and Son Ye Jin primarily filmed their scenes separately, with much of their interactions happening through video calls. While they shared a few scenes in the same room, those moments were limited, and despite this, they still created this amazing chemistry between their characters, driven purely by their acting ability and emotional depth. That was the first time they worked together, but they'd soon meet again, and this time, a much closer collaboration. And here's a Hyun Bin trivia question. Which of these was an early career aspiration for him? Surgeon, fireman, or detective? We will reveal the answer at the end of the show. Now, let's shine the spotlight on Son Ye Jin, an actress whose career began long before her more internationally known dramas like Something in the Rain and Crash Landing on You. Her breakthrough came all the way back in 2003 with the critically acclaimed film The Classic. In a uniquely layered performance, she played both a young woman and, through flashbacks, that same character's mother, two emotionally rich roles in a story full of heartbreak and romantic longing. Her portrayal radiated such warmth and innocence that it earned her the nickname Nation's First Love. She solidified that image again in A Moment to Remember in 2004, where she stars as a 27-year-old who's diagnosed with a rare form of Alzheimer's. And by 2006, she'd become one of the highest paid actresses in South Korea. But Son Ye Jin wasn't content staying in one lane. She took bold steps to diversify her roles, portraying complex characters like a con artist in the film The Art of Seduction, a woman with two husbands in the 2008 film My Wife Got Married, a woman trapped in a loveless marriage, a femme fatale, and even the haunting lead in the mystery thriller White Knight. With each project, she pushed her boundaries, challenging both herself and her audience. By 2018, she had refined her craft to a whole new level in Something in the Rain, playing a woman navigating a complicated, socially frowned upon relationship with a younger man. And then came 2019's Crash Landing on You, where she reunited with Hyun Bin, this time sharing the screen fully and bringing to life a love story that transcended borders and would soon transcend fiction too. In 2022, she starred in 39, a heartwarming and moving drama about three best female friends about to turn 40. Son Ye-jin has been the recipient of 6 Baeksang Awards, 4 Grand Bell Awards, 6 Blue Dragon Film Awards, and 1 Asian Pacific Film Festival Award. She's the youngest person to have achieved the Grand Slam of acting by winning 3 major Korean film awards for Best Lead Actress, the Baeksang, the Grand Bell, and the Blue Dragon, all by age 34. Okay, so here is our Son Ye-jin trivia question. In which of the following does she have an instructor's certificate? Yoga, Taekwondo, or Pilates? We'll reveal the answer at the end of the show. Okay, and now the moment you've all been waiting for, let's talk about Crash Landing on You. The premise is wild in the best way. A wealthy South Korean heiress crash lands in North Korea during a paragliding mishap and is discovered by a stoic North Korean army officer.
소속, 성명.
Instead of turning her in, he protects her, and their story unfolds from there. Hyun Bin's portrayal of Captain Lee was powerful and restrained. Son Ye-jin's Seri was witty, vulnerable, and fiercely lovable. Together, they were magic. The tension, the longing, the moments in the village, and of course the breathtaking scenes in Switzerland made Crash Landing unforgettable. But while the drama pulled us in with its storytelling, something real was blossoming behind the scenes. In 2022, Son Ye-jin revealed on the TV show You Quiz on the Block that Hyun Bin is her first love. She said, "My current love is my first love." At the time, they were already engaged. Although they met in 2018 during the negotiation, it was in 2020 while filming Crash Landing on You that Hyun Bin and Son Ye-jin truly connected. In early 2021, after months of speculation and fan hopes, they confirmed their relationship publicly and fans around the world rejoiced. Then, in February 2022, the pair announced their engagement on Instagram. They tied the knot on March 31st, 2022 in a private and elegant ceremony in Seoul. Then, even sweeter news came on November 27th, 2022, while Hyun Bin was filming his movie Harbin. They welcomed the birth of their first child. Let's take a look at some cute clips of the two playing what we call in the States beer pong, but of course there's no beer involved in this one.
감 잡았어. 왜 공이 여기저기로 가? 그래서 너무 이거 카메라 판독 한번 해줘요. 그래.
As much fun as we've had looking back at their careers, let's take a quick look at what's coming up for the two, because their stories are far from over. Let's start with Son Ye-jin. After taking some well-deserved time off to focus on family and motherhood, she's making a highly anticipated return to the screen. She's currently filming a new drama titled Scandal, which is a remake of Dangerous Liaisons, a suspenseful melodrama that will pair her with Ji Chan-woo. The story explores betrayal, ambition, and secrets unraveling within Korea's elite high society. Fans are buzzing about the powerhouse pairing, and knowing Son Ye-jin's ability to bring emotional complexity to any role, this will be one to watch. She'll also be starring in a suspense thriller called No Other Choice. And Hyun Bin will be starring in a new Disney Plus political crime thriller titled Made in Korea. It's set to premiere in 2025. Both Hyun Bin and Son Ye-jin continue to evolve, picking bold, mature roles that push boundaries and reflect where they are now, not just as actors, but as people. And we can't wait to see what they do next. Okay, K-drama fans, now it's time to reveal the answers to our star trivia questions from earlier in the show. Which one of these was an early career aspiration for Hyun Bin? Surgeon, fireman, or detective? If you guessed detective, you're correct. According to an article on herzingdegi.com, Hyun Bin once revealed that he wanted to be a detective prior to becoming an actor. He loved watching legal TV dramas before stepping into the TV himself. And in which of the following does Son Ye-jin have an instructor's certificate? Yoga, Taekwondo, or Pilates? You were right if you said Pilates. And K-drama fans, that wraps up our dual star spotlight on Hyun Bin and Son Ye-jin. From successful actors to unforgettable co-stars and now a beautiful marriage and family, it's a love story worthy of its own K-drama. Thanks so much for joining. If you liked this episode, please subscribe, like, and share it with a fellow fan. Let's keep celebrating these stories and the talented people who bring them to life. Until next time, keep enjoying the magic of K-dramas. 감사합니다.